So good morning everyone. My name is Leonardo. I present Siswoyo as 12th grader from Mawar Sharon Distance School. And today I want to talk about the Gen Z and the future of investment and why do we have to be aware of investment. So this is very important topic because our generation, Gen Z, will be the one who shapes the economy in the future, and what we do to our money today will affect our tomorrow. So in the background of studies that I want to increase the awareness of Gen Z in especially Surabaya about financial literacy as the role in the wealth building. And the second one is that meanwhile comparing between Singapore as financial hub and also Surabaya as a developing region. So I want to identify the gaps in financial knowledge and assess the impact of cultural socio-economic factor on investment behaviors. And the scope of the study, I mainly focus on Gen Z in range of 18 to 25 in both regions, which is Surabaya and Singapore. So the relevance of the study is that understanding investment awareness can guide financial planning to save their money so that you can invest to make your money work and reduce the effect of or impact of inflation itself. And my research question is, to what extent is Generation Z in Singapore and Surabaya aware of investment awareness? Okay, so basically you may know about these apps that could help, that is act as a brokers, which is help us who want to learn about investment or the one who is want to invest about in many investment options such as stocks, gold, private crypto, mutual funds through this broker. And this broker provides a small amount of money to start investing, which is like 10K per assets. So that today we are lucky because investment awareness, the investment is not something that only rich people can do. So we have many apps that make it easy for us to do it. So the accessibility is not a problem anymore. The apps is there and most of them are very simple to use. The question is, do we use the apps to help our future or do we ignore it? So coming to the awareness, spreading awareness, empower youth, empower group. So about having access is not enough. So we also need the awareness, which is having awareness means that we understand why investment is important and how to do it properly. So for Gen Z itself, social media plays a big role, such as TikToks, Instagram, YouTube, search engine like Google's. Like we gain too much fast and good, and too much information is sometimes good and sometimes bad, because if we get like misinformation from social media, it will be dangerous, which could affect our investment options. So why? Because social media can push us to follow the hype without really thinking. We can see an influencer says that buy this coin or buy this stocks and you'll be rich tomorrow. But in reality, it may be just a scam or a temporary hype. So this is the picture of where our Gen Z money is going to, which is, let's be honest, many of us Gen Z spend our money on things that we don't really need, such as new shoes, new clothes, and then new gadgets. Every time we go out, we eat in a fancy restaurant, hang out multiple times in a week. So it is not wrong to enjoy our life, but if we spend all of our money today on our lifestyle, we will not have saving for the future. And imagine, what if you save a small part of your money and invest it every single month? After some years, that money will grow. So in the future, you can use it for education, business, and even your retirement, or even for your personal weddings, such as like you can buy things that you actually want. So these choices is we face it every day and spend it all now or prepare it for the future. So coming to the fear of missing out or FOMO. So that the biggest problem of Gen Z in choosing the investment option is FOMO or fear of missing out. So the data that I collected, it shows that 22% of Singaporeans Gen Z feel FOMO, and Indonesia is even bigger, which is 68%. This means that many young people invest just because their friends invest, or just because they see something on TikToks, or they just see like the people in our age already gain their own money. So for example, many people buy crypto coins just because everyone is talking about it, but do they really understand the risk and what are they investing? So not always. When the prices drop, they lose the money. So FOMO make us take the decision not because of our knowledge, but because of fear, which is very dangerous. So this is a choice, which is go to school or go to the prisons, so that this is called education is one of the solutions. So when school give us basic financial education, then students will understand not only the benefits but also the risk of investment itself. And I asked the surveyors, or the one that I surveyed, which is Gen Z, do you think the financial education should be part of your school curriculum? And most of them say yes. This means that students still want to learn and explore this type of investment, but we just need the system and the policymaker to support us. So if school and teacher prepare us with knowledge, then later we can make better choices and avoid scam or bad decisions. So it's not about only investment, but the basic is about savings. So we can, before we invest, we can make our money management better. So this is a choice too, which is we're trying to remember the difference between quantitative and qualitative data. That my research used two of the data, which is mixed method data. I use like the quantitative data. I interview like 40 something students or respondents from Surabaya and another 40 from Singapore, which is Gen Z, who fill my questionnaire. Which is my main concern is that collect and provide measurable insight into Gen Z understanding into about investment options. And about the qualitative data, I interviewed two persons, which is Mr. Alvin Chia, the expert from Singapore, and also Mr. Thomas Krishna from Surabaya. So the background of this interviewee is Thomas Krishna, which is 52 years old, head of accounting of the department in NSE, Polytechnic Surabaya. He has studied investment in capital markets, gold and property. And the second one is that Mr. Alvin Chia, who from Singapore, who works in investment analysis and problem solver, that I believe they can give me a deeper insight into their experience and perception regarding investment works. And I also use descriptive statistics in my talks, in my PDP module, like percentage and graph, to make the result easier to understand. And coming to the SDG relevance, which is my research also connected to the Sustainable Development Program in number 8, which is discipline and economic growth. By raising awareness of investment, especially for Gen Z, we can help the economic grow stronger. This is because investment is not only about personal profit, but also about building stable and healthy economy in the future. So my key research finding is basic awareness, user engagement, and the solution. So the solution I already described before about school as the solution. So coming to the basic awareness, so I asked how often do you open or check your investment apps in a day, and most of them say or answer five until 4 times, 5 or 3 times per day, which is it means that Gen Z is still curious and actively checking their apps. It's not because they make bad decisions, but it's also just to make sure their money goes up or go down, because the market is volatile. So again, we see the engagement is good, but it must be supported with education and disciplines. So what can I conclude is that Gen Z in Singapore and Surabaya are different. So Singapore has access and high awareness, but there is too much information is given. While in Surabaya, there is investment interest is still growing, but financial literacy is still low, which means that also too much information given could lead them to the bad decision. And the second one is that the main lesson that access and awareness must go together hand in hand with education. If Gen Z has access but no education, we fall into scam and FOMO. But if Gen Z has awareness but no discipline, we will not practice it. So all of three must go hand in hand.